Hey, this is Dr. Ramsey, Amin, BurbankDentalImplants.com. The topic today is I can't get under my bridge to clean it. This is about dental implant bridges, even regular bridges as well. But, how do you clean under bridge? I have some other posts on this as well, but let's just talk about, the basics, and then I'm going to show you some different things that you'll need to have on board. The main thing is that there's a couple things. Is one, that the bridge is designed to be easily cleansable, okay, especially for full mouth, all on four type of implant, zygomatic, whatever it is, that the bridge is designed in such a way that it's mostly flat or convex, and there's no food trapping. That's number one. If we have great design, then cleansability is easy. The other thing has got to do with your dexterity, right? So if you have good dexterity, it's going to make it easier, but there's some ways around it as well. So let's kind of just get into this here at first so we can talk about what are the options here. So for sure, so brushing with an electric toothbrush, I like the Oral-B heads, okay, the spinning electric toothbrush, not the shaking ones that are used with Sonicare, but the spinning electric Oral-B heads. Okay, this happens to be Quantum, but the Oral-B spinning type is what I use. Electric toothbrush is by far the best. You're going to brush first, and water picking is another option as well. Keep in mind that water picking does not get everything out, right? It's just like you can't just hose your dishes off. You can't just hose your car. You have to actually scrub it to get things off. If not, it builds up a biofilm, which is plaque, which then leads to bone loss around your teeth. So the best thing that you can do is to use what's called a floss threader. And there's plenty of videos on YouTube on what these things are over here, but this is a floss threader, okay? This is a rigid piece that allows you to place a piece of floss like so, okay? Let's take this piece of floss and let's put in a third of it or so into here. I'm going to hold this up for the camera, okay? And there is the floss being held by the floss threader. Okay, so then you take this and you thread it into your teeth, okay? In between, you go through the side and right out the other and just pull it right through. I'll do it to myself, never done it on camera before, but why not, right? See, so now it's in there. And once it's in, again, trying to do this on a camera, which is quite difficult. It might be the silliest video I've ever made before. But once it's in place, you're able to floss like normal, okay? You're able to take your hands, again, this is I'm reversed on the screen here, and floss underneath the bridge, and it's never side to side. It's always up and down, up and down, up and down. And then once you get out, you're going to pull the floss out that way. I know that was silly and all, but again, there's better videos with some animations and graphics, but that is using a flosser. These, you can use them over and over again. They are just rigid to allow the floss to go underneath. So this is an important step on cleaning. And when you do any sort of floss threaders or picks, like, for instance, a pick like this, everybody knows what these things are. They make them different sizes. Use the biggest one that fits. These don't go under the gum. They only go over the gum. So they're not replacing floss. Water pick doesn't replace floss, nor does any sort of manual picks. But these can be used just like so, in between the teeth. And notice the angle, okay? It's always coming in like this, and it's coming in like this. Don't try to go down or up. And the main thing, if you notice that my mouth is closed when I'm doing it. Too many times people try to open like this. I can't, they don't get any room. The main thing is close down like so, and pull your lip down if you have to, and that's going to give you space. Using these picks is better than nothing. Nothing beats using actual floss. There's nothing hands down that beats it. And it takes some time to get used to the dexterity. They do make these kind of picks on a handle, right? Like so. This is called a rubber tip, but they do make picks that are on a handle, kind of like so, that you can angle them in and get between the teeth. This is a rubber tip and has different use. But in general, the floss is going to be your best thing. So floss threaders, having good design, having that dexterity, and just practice. At first, you're going to be frustrated. I can't get underneath here. My hands are all twisted up. Of course, I'm doing this on camera, which is in a mirror. It's exactly the opposite. That's kind of funny. But this is really, really important. Lastly, they make something called super floss. Super floss is great. I'll try to put this up to the camera over here. It's basically, it's 3 pieces of floss. It has a regular piece of floss that's just kind of thin and floppy. Then it has a yarn. You can see that's thicker, right? And then it has a rigid part. So it's kind of a 3-in-1 situation where there is a floss threader built into it. The issue is it's not as rigid, it's not as thin. So it's a little bit harder to just get this through. But if you have really big spaces, you just put this through and you bring it through and you just floss back and forth, okay? Underneath a bridge this way or up and down. You're not going to saw your tooth, saw your gum like you would shine shoes. But again, main thing is design and dexterity. Have your hygienist or your dentist teach you. I personally go through with each patient and show them these tools and techniques. Lastly, there's one kind of secret weapon, which would be to have basically a dental tweezer. I know we don't call them tweezers, but you could look them up on Amazon. You can probably get it for $3 to $5 at the most. It can be like for crafts. This isn't a real one, but these are ones we use in our laboratory. But these are great. Sometimes it's a little harder to get this floss threader through. You may find that this works a lot better for you than trying to use your hands and fiddle with it. Practice makes perfect. It doesn't come naturally to anybody at first. But again, if you have that design, if you don't have the design, then maybe the bridge needs to be replaced. So that may be something to consider. Okay. Again, if there's questions, let me know. I will post this on our blog. That's the best place to post your questions on the blog. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye. And there's a link for this.